Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Accountability Call number 76. We are here. We are gathered to gather each other. That's why we're here. So that we can get the things that we need to get done, that we want to get done, and the things that we must get done. Okay. Because they don't always go together. They're not always sisters. Okay. So yes. How are you ladies today on this Monday? Eve?
Awake and moisturized.
Oh, you doing better than me, girl. I'm just awake, okay? I'm just awake.
And moisturized. I got my list of things to do because I always
Oh,
write it down on letters.
good job. Good job.
I'm just looking at it and it's looking at me.
Zonitra?
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. I'm feeling good. I'm with you, Eve. I have a long list of to-dos and it's looking at me, and I'd rather do things that's not on the list. So
Right.
trying to push through.
Today. Yeah, I have quite a few things. Although I feel like I've gotten to last night I redid my calendar and I feel so empowered because my calendar was all over because it was still on my husband's old schedule. So now it's on a new schedule. So I feel so empowered now because I put nothing on my calendar. I put like maybe 2 hours of time, maybe 3 hours of time to actually work. And the rest of the time, I'm just like, I am homeschooling. Like, this is what I'm doing. So I do not feel like I have a lot of things on my plate because I purposely was like, no, we shall not, because you are just going to feel crazy. You are going to be pissed off and you're going to be angry. So don't do it to yourself. Okay, don't do it to yourself.
Do it.
Just wait till 4 p.m. on Monday and then you're off until Thursday. Okay. So because Tawana has them this evening, he has them on Tuesday and he has them on Wednesday. So yes. So today's topic, we're gonna jump into our to-dos this time because last time we was doing whatever we felt like and we needed.
The last 2 times.
The last 2 times. Listen, that's how it be sometimes. So last night yesterday I was exhausted because Saturday we skipped to Malud to a farm with Auntie Eve, and mother was tired. Okay, like we was out in the sun, we was walking around, we was planting stuff. It was a field trip. And then I had the nerve to have a play date planned after that. Okay, doing drugs. So yesterday I was like, I'm doing nothing but sitting on this couch, and batching my content, right, for my digital marketing business. And as I was doing it in my mind, I was just like, okay, yes, like I'm gonna do like every reel for the week. I'm gonna do 7 of them. I'm gonna batch and put in my phone. I'm gonna do my stories as well. And baby, when I tell you I got 2 done, no, 4. I got 2 stories and 2 reels done.
That's good.
It's good. Like, but what I realized was, one, because I'm still learning, right, and I'm still getting my rhythm to it, it takes a little bit longer to do certain things that in my brain I think would be a little bit of time. But then there's also the perfectionist tendencies that will have me taking 25 minutes to do a reel. One. When realistically, I probably could do it in 12. And so at the end, as I was doing a whole lot of things, because the reel is just not the reel. It is the copy. It is the copy on the reel. It's the caption. It's the cover. There's the creative of that. And then there's the actual words of it, right? It's the hashtags. It's all of these things, right? And then you're using multiple tools in order to put it together. So as I was getting to the fourth reel? Yeah, the second reel that I was doing, because the stories are separate. I was like, let me set myself a timer, because girl, you just over here in CapCut, just chilling. Okay, get up out of CapCut. And I realized when I set a 12-minute timer, I was able to get it done. It only took me 15 minutes, right, to get it done when I set the 12-minute timer, as opposed to 25, 30, which had been taken. So I wanted to talk about the ability to beat Parkinson's law today, which is the task will expand to fill the time allotted to it. So basically, like, the more time you give yourself to complete a task, the longer it will take to complete that task, even if the task itself could be done more quickly, right? And I think we all have seen this. Like, one of the biggest things I've seen this is, one, in motherhood. Like, if I have to be like, listen, I'm a traveler. If I have to be on that flight, baby, and it usually takes us an hour and a half to get out this house, and we oversleep, we'll be out of this house in 45 minutes. Okay. Like, like, it's just like those type of things. So I want to talk about, like, how have y'all seen these type of things in your life? And then how are you beating that, right? How are you beating Parkinson's law in order to allow yourself to be able to shorten the time so you can get more done, or be more efficient, or just get what you need to get done in the time that you have allotted?
One of the things for me is my pre-work. I spend a lot of time doing work in my head before I ever started. And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean, I thought and overthought and rethought and thought again, started over with the thinking. And so that's where my time expansion happens. And so I try to shorten the time from ideation to execution. Like, I don't even think about it that long. There's rarely times where I come up with something that's that much more amazing later. To think over it for an extra few days, right? Like, so I'm trying to get better and release my perfectionism, which means just do it now. Because my overthinking is usually tied to, like, how do I make it perfect? Or maybe it might even be, I can't do this, right? Like, sometimes the overthinking is a fear, or just feeling inadequate. And so it's ridiculous because it's always enough, right? Like, I haven't really had a chance where what I submitted wasn't enough. But even if that happened, then just tell me what needs to be done to correct it, right? Like, really got to get away from being afraid of mistakes or getting things wrong. And I say that with ease while understanding it is not easy. But the thing that I try to do, I try not to ruminate and think on things too long. I try to just at least start it. Because that's where it usually happens for me, because I end up in a situation where I'm up against a deadline and I get it done in an hour and a half at the last minute, but it's all of this angst around it because I got to hurry up and get it done, as opposed to just taking that hour and a half and doing it forever ago. Because for some reason, I think putting more time on it, even mentally, is going to help, and it never does. So move from ideation to execution quickly. I would say I try to get things done in an hour, even when it's not possible, but just have an hour block, and then step away from it and come back to it if it's going to take longer.
Yeah. That whole, whenever we talk about doing so, we like everything takes 33 steps. And then we realize that we created 25 of them.
Yep, exactly.
They were not necessary steps.
They were not.
Yeah. So that part. One of the things that y'all point out that I've seen you do is, and I think it's great, like, you will be like, I'ma just send the initial version of this as opposed to the completed version, and have them tell me what they need extra. Right. And that is not something, like, usually we trying to package it up real cute. It's done. Completion. Like, we're not sending you anything until all 33 steps have been done. And you have gotten in the habit now where you're like, all right, I'm gonna send you 1 through 12, and then
that's how I have to trick myself. That's how I have to trick myself to not doing 33 steps. Is be like, oh, I'm gonna just get started and send you something for your initial thoughts.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, that's another one too.
Yes, it's giving just the sandwich and not the Happy Meal.
Yes. Yes.
Ooh. For me, it takes me 3 times to do anything.
Oh God.
Anything. I learned that about myself. Which instead of being mad about it, I like need to structure my schedule to give me the three. I need to make sure to put in time to get those 3 chunks of time. And every single time it's the same thing. It's 30, 70, 100. Like getting up to 30% completion in a task is usually me brainstorming, thinking, the overthinking, and reducing the pivoting and be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. And by the time I touch it the second time, I have it so laid out in my head how I'm gonna go about doing it, the methodology, what I'm not gonna do, that I get up to 70% by the next time I touch it. Then I gotta give myself a break to also keep refining to make sure I'm not doing too much, I'm doing enough, thinking about how I want to deliver it, how I want to present it, how I want to communicate it, and stuff like that. I'm thinking specifically for work stuff, but even personal stuff, same thing. And then I get to 100% by the third time I touch it. And that's when between the 70 and the 100 is when I need to make sure to bring people in along with the process to make sure, like, yeah, this is what you're looking for, right? And because I'm about to be done and everything like that. So I do that. I think of that like my little 30, 70, 100 method. Also, am a reward system type of person. We could get into if that's a bad thing or a good thing or not, or maybe not even to stick into those dualities. But even right now, when me and Z were both like, oh, we both have things on our to-do list, and he's looking at me, looking at us, I started adding things that actually I literally start putting like make tea, clean up my office space, head to my strong class, so I could feel like I have things to like make me get excited about my to-do list or think about like the reward I could give myself if I get like 2-3 things done. Go make some tea or take a break or clean up my office to make me feel better because my environment is really important to how I work. Um, so yeah, those are like the two big things that come to mind around driving myself to get something. Now, if I'm noticing it's taking me more than 3 times to get something done, then there's like a mindset shift, just like what Z was saying about like, oh, maybe I feel like I can't do it. I'm not equipped. I'm not really asking for help. I'm going from being reliable to hesitant. Then I got to sit with myself and really figure out like what's going on so I can get back on track. That's what I would say.
I'm thinking about, have there been times for you, Eve, where I think it's two questions. One, where you didn't have time to do 30, 70, 100 because you had a deadline, right? And how did you shift, right? Because again, we're talking about how the task will fit the time you allot. So when somebody else sets the time for you and you don't have the time to do all your steps, how do you shift it in order to be able to still get it done? And then also, how long do you give yourself usually for these blocks of time, right? So if you're doing 30, 70, 100, like is the 30 minutes that you're spending on it, right? Or you giving yourself an hour? Like how do you decide how long those blocks of time are? Because when I was thinking about like me and the create these reels, I'm like, child, one of the things that other digital marketers have said is like you could split up and do all the creative one day, do all the text one day, do all the scheduling the next day, which is something I'm actually considering doing because trying to do it all yesterday was like, that's how I really only got to 4 because I could have did just all the creative stuff. And it also helps to compartmentalize your brain, I think. But it also is like, okay, so, but then I also would be in a position now where I have none complete, right? If I was just to do all creative, then I wouldn't have anything I could put out today because I wouldn't have all the way through. So how do you like determine what those time blocks are? And have there been times where you've had to been like, okay, we got to go up to 70 on this first run because we only got 70, 100. We can't even do the initial.
I think I really fight to keep my 30, 70, 100 rule. I think because I feel like the first 30% is when I allow myself to like diverge. Like I'm like intaking all this information, figuring out what I need. Like it's messy. Like the getting up to the 30 is really messy. And then getting up to the 70 is like I need to like I said have constraints like what I'm going to do, what I'm not going to do. Um uh what methods I need to have, what people I need to talk to, how much am I collaborating on this process, which will also impede on the time and everything like that. But usually the first 30, I feel like it takes is a good 3 to 5 hours. I'm not gonna hold you 3 to 5 hours for me to do the get up to the first 30 situation. And that's really just downloading, brain dumping, throwing things to the wall, trying to find a way to make whatever I'm doing make sense, figure out how I'm gonna do it, like how to do it to make that process make sense. And then the 70 is like the converging period. It's like, okay, this is the path I'm taking, and then I start actually doing the work. And then like figuring out how to involve people to the process. Now, depending upon that, that's like be like easily upward to 10, maybe to like 20 hours. Like 10 to 20 hours easy to be able to do that. Because I'm getting up to 70%, a lot of time is needed. And then for the last 100, I feel like, I don't know, 5 to 10, because usually that's the time when I'm like talking to people, inviting them into like what I did, what they need, get edits, pivot, how to communicate it, and everything like that. But as you can see, that's like easily one work week. If you're doing like a 40-hour work week,
Yeah.
all in 40 hours. But I could easily see how if I'm doing a project, I could split that 40 hours in like over the course of a month. That's how I'm like able to make sure I allow myself to do multiple projects at a time. And to just help my brain, so I'm just not in chaos. So I think even when I'm tight on time, I still will try to find a way to do the 30, 70, 100, because it's literally just like how I process, how my brain thinks, how I could like invite people into the process and also help me not get stuck and like go through analysis paralysis. So like I feel like the hours might end up getting reduced, but then that also becomes a part of my constraints because I got less time, and then that's gonna really dictate what I end up doing. And then you create that not doing that list, or like this is the trade off. So either I get another sprint to do the stuff that ended up getting taken out, um, or whatever I'm delivering, they just know that because of the time constraint you gave me, this is what you got. But the
Right.
process
Right.
don't,
Exactly. Yeah.
because like it took so long to really figure out what the process was, that even in it I'm still perfecting how I go about getting up to the 30, doing the 70, doing the 100. But
Right.
like that's literally been a blessing for me, is like realizing that that's how my brain kind of thinks in order for me to deliver something. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, any of these strategies, let us know something that helps you be able to set a time period that is both productive and also efficient
Mm-hmm.
for the things that you need to get done, right? But isn't like an overextension that leads you to be leading into like, the perfectionist tendencies that we as, Black women have. Okay. All right, so we're gonna jump into our actual goals of the week, child.
What was that? How we do that?
It's been a while.
Wait,
Get your papers out. Get your journals out. Okay.
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I was over here writing out some of mine. I'm like, let me tell y'all how I am so glad that this property is off of my to-do list. Like,
Hallelujah.
I'm so glad. Like, I'm just like so glad this is off my to-do list. I have a couple of things, and make sure we're including some self-care items. Take care of yourself.
Okay.
Let me say this.
I'm looking at some of the last few word of the weeks, and I'm like, yo, it's so funny.
When was the last one? I can't even find.
I have delusional, suddenly, and overflow on mine.
What date was that?
I don't never put dates.
Young date.
Yeah.
Wait.
those
And delusional what?
Suddenly and overflow.
are like my last three.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know, child. It was way back. Way
back.
Okay. All right, so I'll start. And I think my list might need one other thing. I just can't think of what it is right now, but I'll start with these 6. So the first thing I want to do is set up financial management systems. Like we are shifting into doing some big projects here. Um, just to be able to prepare for the things that are coming for our family this year. And so I want to set up some ways to be able to automate some of the things we got to pay for, how we got to pay for it, so that we can focus on moving the money that is not regular. I can focus on that. I don't want to have to focus on that and the money that is regular. The regular payments just need to be on auto. So we need to set that up. I need to get all of my documents to my attorney, and Lord knows I got to search and find. So that also means search and find. Finalizing is deeper than travel itineraries. That is on the list as well. And also launching the week 1 promo. I have eating, drinking, and sleeping like a survivor. Okay, all 3. We're gonna eat, we're gonna drink, and we're gonna sleep. I have not made tea in a week. Okay. I need to drink the tea. And last night I realized, I was like, I could, again, with regard to Parkinson's law, like, and just understanding where I am in the process. Cause I also was watching this video about, biting off more than you can chew. And this guy was talking about how he was in the gym. He goes to the gym frequently, and he was like, I lifted a weight like 125 kg or something. He was like, me and my friends could not believe I lifted it. We were like so excited, like, oh my God, you did it. And he was like, they were like, you did that so easy, you could do too. He was like, yeah, let me try it. Girl about busted his whole head with the weight, try to lift too. And he was like, yeah, I thought I was gonna die. He was like, this is when you bite off more than you could chew. Like you're trying to act as if you have the muscle to do two just because you did one, and you just need to get really good at doing one. Right. And so that is what I'm doing this week. I'm creating 1 reel a night that I can post the next day because it's only going to take me 15 minutes. And me and Kiki have worked it out. So she got me doing the things that I ain't even got to think. I just got to execute, which is amazing. So we skip about 25 steps and we just get to the last ones to get to the 33. So those are my 6 on my list right now.
I was hoping to keep mine low. However, I only have 3 that are not like personal goals. So I guess it's not bad. But first on my list is client deliverables. I have 4 clients. They all need some this week. All and they're in various stages. I'm lying. I got 5 clients. Some are just a simple email. One, I actually have a presentation on Friday. The presentation I thought I had last week. Yes, this Friday.
Yes.
And then got to write some RFP responses for some government contracting work, some modeling for my or some kind of value proposition sheets for my tech client. And then I have a training at the end of the month for my medical staffing client. So they all have deliverables. But that is going to be the top part of my week. So hopefully I can get all of that done within the first 2 days. I don't think I shared on here, but I do have an intern, a social media intern. But I was having issues getting her access to my Dropbox. So I need to upload those images for her to Google Drive or somewhere else, so that she can access them.
Mm-hmm.
I have been pretty consistent with my Just Zanitra content. That's been going well. So I want to, finish that content plan for the week and get all that out. And that's all the work stuff with heavy deliverables. And then I want to continue with 75 Strong. I started a new 75 Strong challenge on May 1st.
Oh, yay.
Day 5. I'm excited because I've gotten more people to participate, even though that's not my goal, but I'm always like, who want to join me? And I had, I think 3 new people join me this round. Initially, it was just me and 3 of my line sisters, and now there's 6 more. So, the influence and the impact is growing. And somehow I got to figure out what I'm going to eat along with that. I tell you, I'm so sick.
It's the most ridiculous thing of adulting. Like,
oh, Somebody come make me food. I don't care what it is. Just make it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to. I don't want to grocery shop. I don't want to do none of it.
Right.
But it's on the to-do list. So that's all under health and nutrition. And then I'm very excited. I have another soca performance this week. This time with the Universal Circus.
What?
And yes, girl, we are like one of the opening acts for the Universal Circus. So I'm excited to get my soca on.
First of all, let me tell you.
Wait.
Wait. First of all, let me tell you. I was on. Where was I? I wasn't even on my International Ideas page. I was on Deeper Than Travel, and I'm scrolling through my timeline, and I'm looking at these people. They dancing like they doing they doing the where the flag where the fans at with the flags. I'm like, oh, that's cute. They paying this way. I'm like, is that Z?
It was.
I was like, what is this? Like, I was just not even. First of all, I wasn't even. It wasn't even like I knew what page was posting anyway. I was just, oh, that's cute. And they fed. I was like, what is this? So you gotta be out here a whole soca dance performer.
Listen,
on the side, like moonlighting.
That was 2 weeks ago. They had the Great West Side Fish Fry, which is this community event. They have all these different vendors, but they had a boots on the ground contest that anyone could enter. But the goal was for you to put your own spin on it. So of course, you know, my leader, Keisha, was like, okay, we're gonna put some soca music to the back, to the in the background, and we doing flags instead of fans. And of course we won, and we won.
Yes.
So it's, you know, I was thinking as you were talking earlier, I think Eve, you were talking about putting stuff on your to-do list, like that's for you. And I think I need to do a better job of acknowledging that I do make space for me, baby. Let me tell you something. These kids will have a babysitter, or, you know, when they're not here, because they weren't here at that time. But I'm gonna make sure I get me a little piece of soca in one way or another. I'm gonna give me a little soca performance. So yes, I'm excited about that. So that is actually tomorrow.
Oh wow. Yeah. I love it.
Come on, Z.
I love it.
Yo.
Out here doing the things we love.
Where your goals at?
Jesus.
Where your goals at?
Present. I like stripped this down. And I have so many things in like the not doing now list. It's coming, y'all. It's coming. Okay, so for me, self-care, dancing every week, not playing, May. It doesn't, I need to find another way to say it. It's not commemorate, it's not an anniversary. It's just like because you know, it's like around this time 3 years ago is when I had started the sabbatical, or the sabbatical ended. The sabbatical has ended, but that event occurred that switched up my life really crazily. So I just, for the month of May, I invited folks in Philly, since I'll be here, to come and, you know, celebrate that, you know, healing is a lifestyle. That's what I titled the flyer, and said that all throughout May, come find me at West African Dance and Yoga, for us to like just love up on ourselves and just celebrate the fact that we still here, we still working on healing ourselves and making healing a lifestyle and everything like that. So I'm dancing every week, and that's been feeling really good to me. I'm definitely drinking my teas, sleeping early, working on it. Prayers and libation. Been keeping up with that, which feels good. And strong class. I'm calling it strong class. I'm starting week 2 of my strong class. So that is gonna be self-care for me this week and moving forward. For my current engagement, where I'm working as a dope designer and a lead, I'm just gonna keep delivering for them until August. Because some things will have to get switched up in August. We'll have to change some things. But deliver excellence as per usual till August for engagement 1. And then I have on here IDTT Tuesday and Wednesday strategy and execute session with Inez for June 19th. Okay, being very clear with the dates. I still need to find a tenant expeditiously, which is crazy. and plan upcoming travel for July and August because times are ticking. But still, we are calling in my next 150K plus contract with ease, getting work done for the property, another property on my next flight, bringing up hard stuff in therapy, debt cancellation. Just throwing that into, just throwing that so
Yes.
God can hear me.
Yes.
That's what I have.
This is good, Eve, because I forgot. Number one, I forgot that at the beginning of this year, I was doing Beyonce every day. Like I was dancing way more. And y'all have reminded me that I need to be dancing. Number one, I need to be dancing. My kids need to be dancing too. They need to know that's what we do. We dance move. Like these are the things. Like so I have added that to my list. Just dance in some form. And Eve, I think I'm gonna come to West African dance the week my children are gone. Y'all, my children are gonna be gone for a week. Okay. For the first time ever in life. Usually we got to be gone from them. Okay. They're going to be gone from us. So May 18th, girl, I'll be there. Mm-hmm.
Hey, yeah, Haitian Flag Day. I have so many people coming on May 18th for Haitian Flag
yes,
Day.
yes.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it.
And I just realized that this person on your flyer looks like you. Did AI create this? I'm like, this looks like you.
Sure, y'all.
Like,
I did. Okay, let's say I told ChatGPT what I wanted it to look like, and then
oh my God.
I'm gonna give you a picture of my face, but don't circulate my face for no one else to use. Chat. And then it was like, okay, so this is the picture that I gave it.
I can't, and this is the flyer.
Okay. Yeah, they definitely put your face on there.
Girl, that was crazy. The other thing is that I added to my list is respond to my DMs. When I tell y'all, Jesus, I don't know how this is gonna work. Because Zanitra, I have so many. Because you remember, this is my birthday month. Was my birthday month. So I have so many DMs, like between Facebook and Instagram. Then I just realized there are more DMs in the like on Instagram. They have your regular section. Then they have the section of people who requested to DM you that maybe they don't follow you or you don't follow.
Go to them DMs, girl. That's where your money is.
Exactly, which is why it's on my list.
Yeah. That's
I'm like, Jesus Christ. But that literally, I'm just gonna have to spend like it's gonna probably be at least 30 minutes. Like it gotta be more. It might be more than that.
It's gonna be more than
so many DMs. Because this is the thing. When you post a lot of stories, which I've started posting a lot so I post more of my stories than I do on my page. People be responding to the story.
Yeah.
So they just like, they're like, oh girl, this is, and you got like, I need a system for this. Because baby, it got to be at least 6 a day. And because my birthday came up, that's what happened. My birthday came up and it was probably like 50 of them joints. And I was like, I'm out. Like, I'm out. And I didn't even realize how many were on Facebook till yesterday. Like those was on Instagram. Like I was like, I'm out. I don't got it.
Send them to the newsletter. Send them to subscribe.
Yes. So I'm gonna do that this week, baby. I got to. Eve, I'm gonna do that while I'm at your house because I'm gonna need accountability to do that, baby. Because I really
I'm like, you got 45 minutes and a snack at the end.
Well, the good news is some of them may just be responses. Like they might have just like sent a heart emoji and you just double tap and you move on. So everything isn't going to require a typed response.
That's true.
So
yes,
it's okay. You can do it.
Ooh, thank you.
Not you getting what you not you reaping the benefits of what
exactly, and then being like, I'm out. I was talking to y'all. I didn't realize how many y'all was gonna talk to me. Okay.
Love it.
Okay, so words of the week.
Ooh.
Words of the week. What is we doing?
Mine is I have a 1 word, but then a 2 word, and then together.
I was thinking the same thing.
We're on the same page today, Eve. So first of all, my word is be, like as in just be Zanitra. And then it's also be free, right? Like be free, Zanitra. Just like stop putting pressure on yourself. Just do the work, just get it done.
Mm-hmm.
So it's be, but also be free together.
Mm-hmm.
That's my word for the week.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like it.
Who next?
Child, I'm over here like, what do we want, girl? Uh, um, let me see here. I think it's on because I'm looking at Parkinson's law. Because initially, when you were saying be, I was thinking about do.
Mm.
Um, and in the context of like, don't think so much, girl. Just do things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just be in action. But as I was thinking about it, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna change the word to expand.
Okay.
And this is why. I think I talked about this before. There was a woman I follow on YouTube, and she talked about how when she was a single mom of two, she never thought that she would even be able to run two businesses, be homeschooling, be a wife with ease. Right? She was like, I was just literally surviving. She was like, but what she realized was she had to expand her capacity,
Mm-hmm.
right, to hold all that stuff. Her capacity was here, right? It just was this. And when as she expanded herself, she was able to expand her capacity so she could hold it all and it didn't feel like, oh girl, I can't.
Right.
And so even as I'm thinking about my reaction to the DMs, like y'all talking to me, I was talking to you, talking to me, it's a lot. I think not yet, baby. Give me a second. I think that's why my word is gonna be expand, so that I can hold the level of influx response, like the things that because that's what I need to be able to hold, because that is gonna lead to the the revenue of business, influence, the impact. Like I need to just be able to expand myself to be able to hold all the things that are gonna come from what I'm putting out.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I think, and even just thinking about that, my chest feels heavy thinking about expand life. Lord. Woo, child. So yeah, that's definitely gonna be a word for the week. Is expand to be able to hold it all. I am on the journey of being able to hold a lot, like moving abroad, living abroad with my children, homeschooling, running a business, hosting trips, like having a team, like just expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Eve.
Overflow. That's the word of the year. It's the
Oh,
one that
overflow.
always gets me. So as long as we be ourselves and expand our capacity, our capabilities, our network, our mind, our spirit, the overflow is ours. Yeah.
Mm.
Let's go. Let's go.
Mm.
Overflow. That
I
word
love
always gets me. But I think it's not only like it's not only what I want in life, it's truly what I already have. And if I feel like it's a state of being, it's a state of mind. Overflow is a state of mind.
I love that. Like I was listening to a manifest video and he was like, when you're manifesting, you can only have what you already have.
Yep. If you want it, that means you don't have it.
Yes. So you can only have what you already have because you already have it. You're gonna act like you have it and you have it. I was like, okay. Like, okay, yes, okay. So we're gonna walk into this week having what we have. Okay. Having the things already. Oh, expanding, overflowing, and being free.
Let's go.
Free. This is what we're gonna do. Well, I hope this was helpful. Y'all drop some comments. Let us know what was helpful, what your takeaway was, your to-dos for the week, your word for the week. We back. Y'all, we back. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.